believe we are already on day 5 of personal narratives? Y'all are well on your way to becoming amazing authors. Over the last few days, you've been brainstorming and coming up with some really great story ideas. Yesterday, we worked on narrowing down our ideas into an idea seed. And today, we're going to take that idea seed and begin writing. If you were able to come up with more than one idea seed yesterday, I want you to choose the one that is most exciting to you. Let's all say our idea seeds out loud. I'm going to write about the time when I saw a tiger on the trip to the zoo and he looked at me. And y'all's ideas sound great. Let's get started. Before a writer starts writing, it's helpful to rehearse. I remember in the classroom when some of you would have trouble coming up with what to write, I would have you tell me out loud what you wanted to say, and then you would write it down. So some of you already have practice rehearsing. A writer can rehearse by telling their story from beginning to end to a family member, a pet, a stuffed animal, or even recording yourself. Saying it out loud helps you remember the details and prepares you for writing. If you're rehearsing with a person, make sure you're sitting right in front of them and looking at them while you're speaking. And no matter how you're rehearsing, when you're talking, you want to make sure you're speaking clearly and starting from the beginning of just the seed.
Hey dogs! I wanted to tell y'all about our field trip to the zoo when I saw a tiger look at me. It started in the morning and we had to get on the bus and we had to take a really long drive down to New Orleans.
What was wrong with the beginning of that rehearsal? Good! Instead of starting at the beginning of my idea seed when I saw the tiger, I started way back at the beginning of the day. As you rehearse, I want you to practice starting at the beginning of your idea seed. Take some time now to rehearse your story. It can be helpful to rehearse it more than once. You can try it with multiple family members, different pets. You can record yourself and play it back. You can even rehearse it for the same person if you don't have a lot of people at home. Why don't you give it a shot now? How many times were you able to rehearse your story? I did it 4 times. 3 pets, once on the phone. So I think I've got a lot of practice. I've definitely worked out all the different details of that time when I saw the tiger at the zoo. So I think now I'm ready to write. If you don't feel like you've gotten the details down yet, you might need to rehearse it once more. Remember, we're not just writing 1 or 2 sentences. We're writing a short story about that seed idea. So you want to make sure you have enough to actually write. If you're not sure what to say, try doing one of your rehearsals for a person and have them ask you questions about your story. And then that might help give you some ideas of some additional details that you can share.
So I know you've heard me say this in class, but whenever we're writing a rough draft, it's really important to skip lines. That way when we get to editing and revising our writing, we have space to be able to fix any mistakes or add any details that we want to do. And remember, this is our first draft. It's not going to be perfect and it might not have all the details you want yet. We're just trying to get our ideas on paper using what we told somebody when we were doing our rehearsal.
Once you're done writing your draft, make sure to hold on to it. We're going to use them next week and work on revising and editing and making our stories even better. So now is not the time to worry about spelling or grammar or mistakes like that. When you finish your draft, find someone that you can read it to. If you read it to the same person you rehearsed it with, they might notice if there's things that you left out and you can add those into your draft. We want to try to make sure that we are telling our whole seed story from beginning to end. So once you like where your draft is, put it someplace safe because we will need it next week. And I'll see y'all then. Happy writing!